Faithful, we got the 49ers and the Falcons Sunday Night Football ready to kick off this weekend. And I got the great John Lamar Chapman in the building to deliver the ultimate game plan because we're going to get a win. We're going to get a win. John, I hope you're excited. Strap on your seatbelt, smash that like button, and let's get it cracking, baby.
So bright that we shine. All we do is the Niners. Ready, go, that is fine. So faithful to the bay. I be sipping gold bar, whiskey on the rocks, and a 24 karat gold on a watch. My 7-1 Chevy be tipping non-stop, sounding like Trent Williams on the block. So you know we can't stop, we be banging through your speakers. Wayne Breezy on the field or in the bleachers. You can tune into my show and I'm a teacher. Wayne Breezy, the 4-9 preacher. We so bright that we shine.
I love that F Dallas shirt, John. That's right. That's got to be one of my favorite shirts in the repertoire. John, what's going on, bro? I hope you're not mad that I put out the whole government name. I didn't want to look at your face when I said it.
I heard the John Lamar Chapman. If it would have been Jonathan Lamar, then I would have been in trouble. Then
okay.
It's like PTSD. Mom's coming around the corner with the belt. You guys know what it is. We used to have to pick switches as kids.
Oh, yeah, man.
I went straight back there. I was like, run.
Good old days, man. The good old days. Not getting whipped with the switch, but the good old days, the memories, man. Speaking of getting whipped with the switch, the Niners, they need to be hitting some switches this week because they got to figure out how to reverse what happened last week against Tampa Bay, against a team I think we thought we can go out and beat, right, John? I mean, Tampa Bay, they were beatable, right?
Oh, that was a winnable game. You had two of the most banged-up teams in the NFL, and they suffered more injuries. You know, Emeka Egbuka goes out. Like, they had some issues there. But the 49ers were still in the game late. And, you know, whenever you had that punt running into the kicker, you got that free first down at midfield, down 8, still about, you know, a lot of the fourth quarter left. Really felt like things could change. Just didn't come to fruition. The interior offensive line kind of let them down late, ended it there, and defensively, lots of chances. But this is what the NFL is now. Like, if you watch Thursday Night Football, like, parity is everything, and these games are coming down to 3 to 4 plays and 1 to 2 possessions max. That's it. And so this is the type of environment where this 49ers roster and coaching staff can't have success, because if you're gritty, which the 49ers are 4-1 in one score games so far this year, like, you're going to get opportunities to win. The schedule is not overly difficult. You've already played the best quarterbacks on your schedule already. That's in the rear view mirror now. So you're going to get a lot more of these one-possession games, and if you can get gritty and come out and get the win like you did the first 5 weeks of the season, I think you're going to have a lot of success.
I like that. You said that we played the best quarterbacks already. Do you think it may be a problem, though, playing unfamiliar quarterbacks, and will that give this Niners defense fits? You know what I'm saying? Just because there's the unfamiliarity with everything that's going on. Is the quarterback going to pull the ball down? Is the quarterback going to run? Like just different things. Like, you know what I'm saying? Do you think that may be a problem? Not going into our defense right now overall. Like, yeah.
The good news is your next 3 quarterbacks you have not really played, right? So Michael Penix Jr. haven't played. C.J. Stroud, I don't think we played against him. And you get to Jackson Dart, nobody's played against him. So all new tape, but none of those are short weeks. Thank God this isn't 2024 where every single game you have negative rest. This is Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. You have 3 Sundays in a row. The next 3 quarterbacks new. None of these maybe the Falcons with the run game, but none of these offenses are quote unquote lighting it up. So I think that this is a good spot for the defense to kind of look. We're going to play our base. These are all young quarterbacks. CJ Stroud's got a lot more experience than the other 2, obviously, but we get to just do what we want to do. And, you know, I don't want to dive too much in the game plan right now, but when Fred Warner went out, there was a dramatic shift in play calling from Robert Saleh to kind of a standard 2-high coverage, with our safeties, which we do not do. Like, we were at about 1 to 2% too high, and about 50% of those snaps after Fred Warner went out was a too high shell. Niners don't do that. We're cover 3, we're cover 6,
cover 1.
Yeah, cover 1 sometimes. So, like, I'm at a little bit of a crossroads just with I don't know how much Robert Saleh is going to try to protect Tatum Bethune with this coverage liability. And so that's a little like, and so imagine you're Michael Penix and, trying to game plan for this because you thought you knew what the 49ers defense did. There's before Fred and there's after Fred this year. So like Michael Penix and the Falcons are they're scrambling too because, dude, are they going to do this much cover two? Like it's not on any other game tape. So that changes up too. So it's going to be a little bit of a guessing game this week this first week.
I know you got one team coming in with an offense that seems to be clicking and ticking. I mean, if they move the ball on the ground, I mean, it opens things up for Michael Penix and makes things a lot easier. You know, my take is already make this guy one-dimensional, point-blank, period. It's going to be a lot easier said than done, but we'll see what happens out there. Guys, make sure you follow John Chapman at 49ers Rush right here on the YouTube, all right? And you can go to his website as well. If you got to get game tickets, John, this is a perfect time to plug in where to get not just the game tickets, but the Rush road trip tickets for the dopest tailgates in the land.
Man, so just go to 49ersrushroadtrip.com. Click on that link. It takes you to all of our events for the rest of the year. We do events at every single road game left on the schedule. Breezy's going to be with us in Houston and New York, so you got to make sure you come out to those. Those might be two of the biggest parties we have ever hosted. It's going to be an absolute blast. From 2 to 6 day before we have a party, and then unlimited premium tailgate with unlimited beer, seltzers, premium drinks, mixed drinks, food, you name it, trivia, giveaways, all kinds of stuff. So go get your tickets. And if you're using the TickPick app, which is who we work with exclusively, you click on that, use code Niners, get $10 off. Best customer service. They'll take care of you. That's where I always get my game tickets, which, man, I'm super pumped because you got back-to-back great games. You got Falcons at home, then road. Houston, New York. We're going to be at both of them. Cannot wait to be back in person with Wayne. Oh, every time we're together, we have a good time, man. That's all we do. My cheeks always hurt because we're smiling too much.
The funniest thing is, though, we'll be in Houston. We got to find the Waffle House. It won't be right if we don't find that Waffle House.
Ain't got to tell me twice.
Right. When we get to New York, I can tell you right now, ain't no Waffle Houses. So you can forget about that. We're going to have to find a something else. Hey, you from the South, John. You ever heard of Shoney's?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Where did they go? Did they disappear or just fall off the face of the planet? I mean, I would prefer Shoney's over anything because it was the breakfast buffet. That was just
awesome.
Me. It was awesome. Shout out to
Denny's bottom out or something.
Really? And Denny's is terrible. Ugh.
Yeah.
Trash,
you go there
terrible.
if you want to fight. It's like Waffle House without the food, but you still going to fight.
Lately, I've been seeing some fights at Waffle House. I'm not going.
Oh, always. Yeah. No, Waffle House always. Yeah. That's part of the experiment.
Yeah. I love it, man. Shout out to the Breezy Bunch crew out there. You guys been holding it down for several years, man. Appreciate each and every one of you. Your support goes a long way. And if you want to become a member of the Breezy Bunch crew, all you got to do is click on that join button, and it will take you right to the setup to where you can join. You can click on one of the tier packages, and then bada boom, bada bing, you'll take advantage of all the cool perks that you get for being a member, like the early morning show shout outs and first replies to comments. All right. So Marty Marr, 49er Empire, member of the Breezy Bunch crew. Yo, John and Wayne, I hate AI now. I'm still trying to learn AI. I want to figure it out because actually, no, I do. I'm not lying. They ain't helping us with these injury videos, John. Have you seen any of the injury videos? I just watched the Halloween joint, which was the bones and the skeletons. That was funny.
Yeah, I see the ones where they're coming out in wheelchairs and
that was funny too. They're giving me chuckles.
And all that.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, I'm getting chuckles. We are. That's just where we are. I mean, got to laugh about it, man, because the injuries continue to pile up. Now, before we get into these injuries, man, let's talk about the Niners. They're going to be rocking the red throwback jerseys, John, Sunday Night Football, prime time. And I got to ask my boy, John, who is the first player that comes to mind when you think of these throwback jerseys? Not from this team.
I'm going to go George Kittle. Okay, I see what you're saying. So if I go 94
team. First player that comes to mind from the 94 team.
Man, I think I'm gonna say, and again, this is biased, obviously. I'm going freaking Tom Rathman. Like, I could see Tom Rathman, William Floyd, like that kind of like, I know 94. I don't think Rathman was on the team, but like I
No,
remember
it was
I
William
wore
Floyd that
40.
time. Yeah,
I wore 40,
yeah,
right? So
yeah.
like I see the fullback leading the way through the hole. You know what I mean? Like that is what I want to see. So like I got to go with the fullbacks here. William Floyd in that 94 team, first round pick, bar none. Ah, man. Playoffs
William
just killed it. Scored a touchdown almost every single game in the playoffs.
William Floyd, man. Jack says, thanks to you, John. I wait until the day to get my ticket. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to John for the late ticket give thing situation. Like
Love
John
saving
waits.
people money, man.
Yeah, it's all good. All right. So I'm excited about these jerseys. And then I guess your current player you like to see in is 85, right?
Yeah, I see a lot of those 85. And now that he's back, and it's like,
Yeah.
ooh.
It's
Yeah,
going to be the
yeah.
perfect like coming out game, like the return of the king. That's what I call him because I call him King George, man. He's the best tight end in the NFL when healthy, and I think he's going to put the tight end you on the map this week. I'm really excited about the matchup that he's going to have this week. I can't wait to hear about your matchups. But for me, it was Deion Sanders, 21. It was just something clean about that, and him fighting people and whatever. I think he had a fight with Andre Rison, if I'm not like that. It was just so dope. Y'all, like, listen, that was so dope. We were away playing the Falcons on that game on the road because it was a return home. Remember, and then overall, right now, I just love that 2-3, man. Something about the 2-3. I grew up watching Jordan, and then now I get to see another great wearing the number 23 and Christian McCaffrey. And so something about that 2-3 that I love. You know what I'm saying? So those are my two nostalgic players, current nostalgic players. As far as roster moves, we signed Isaac Alarcon or Son to the practice squad, re-signed Robert Beal Jr. to the practice squad, and released defensive tackle Bruce Hector. So with these latest moves, what's going on in the mind of Kyle Shanahan, John?
Well, Isaac Alarcon was suspended, right?
He was
Because
suspended.
He had the whatever he was using, PEDs, whatever else. So now that 6-game suspension is gone. This is an international pathway program, so like doesn't even count against the 53-man roster. He's a bonus. You got the 16-man practice squad. He's 17th. So I think that's huge. You bring back Robert Beal, just more depth. Like he's got to be bouncing up and down practice squad, active, release, brought back, practice squad, active, release. And a lot of Robert Beal has to do with stopping the run and special teams. That's his specialty. But again, it's more of a depth piece at that point. And Bruce Hector being released from the practice squad. Kevin Givens, 2 straight weeks in a row practice. Clea Davis healthy. Evan Anderson healthy. CJ West healthy. You've even got Alfred Collins now. They're all practicing. So you didn't need that extra depth that you needed last week. They all end up going. But I do expect Alfred Collins to get activated next week. Not Alfred Collins, but Kevin Givens. My bad. Misspoke there.
Gotcha. So Kevin Givens, not this week, but next week, you expect him to be activated. All right. And so we also got on the practice squad, you got Evan Anderson, you got the Hulk, that's what they call him. So they still got Sebastian Valdez. So we still got some defensive tackles if the Niners needed to bring up a guy. I'm interested in the Robert Beal Jr. signing again because the last time he was here, he was injured. Then he got released. So what's good with this injury? Do we care? Do we not care?
Yeah, I think it's just like a constant, like, what do you want this week? Do you want pass rush? All right, Travis Gibson. Do you want run stuffing? All right, Robert Beal. So, like, you have these two guys that are not complete players that can contribute in the same way. And the funny thing is, on kickoff, they play the exact same role. They play the exact, I think it's like the L4 spot on kickoff. And so they just interchange these guys, whoever you're going with this week. Well, this week, you're playing against the number 1 rushing team in the NFL. So Robert Beal Jr. makes more sense than a Travis Gibson because you're trying to shore up the run game, run defense game much more than you are the pass rush game. So I think you're going to kind of see this back and forth action between Robert Beal. But if all the defensive ends are healthy and the Yeturkos Models comes back, which I don't expect this week, Robert Beal will sit on the practice squad.
And there you have it. Let's talk about this injury report. So I got the Atlanta Falcons. We'll talk about our practice report, and then we'll get into some stats and some game planning stuff, right? And so they got some pretty injured players, right? So did not practice. Billy Bowman, their rookie safety. Jake Matthews, their offensive tackle. Wide receiver Ray McLeod. It says not injury related. Cornerback Clark Phillips with a triceps and an illness. And their star rookie, Jalen Walker groin, did not practice in this game. I'm curious to know, do you see any of these players still suiting up on Sunday? And if so, who are you highlighting?
Yeah, I do think that Walker is going to play, Jalen Walker. And, I kind of want to see it just because, he's played relatively well. He hasn't been unbelievably awesome or anything like that, but like he is in a transition because he's going from Mike linebacker to edge rusher, kind of that stand-up defensive end. And it's been okay. It's been okay. So the hyper athlete, I want to see him go against Trent. That just sounds like such a good time for the 49ers. Like both the first round picks that they have, because they got JJ Pierce too. So they got Pierce and they got Walker. I think Walker plays, but man, they're just rotating that position so much. They have so many defensive ends getting snaps out there, but I do expect him to play.
All right, so you're expecting him to play, even though he hasn't practiced all week too, by the way. So I just want to put that out there. I'm not so
back to back.
Yeah, not serious. Not sure how serious the groin injury is. What about Jake Matthews? Is this their starting tackle? Are they going to perhaps struggle in that area without their starting tackle? He hasn't practiced all week either. I've been keeping tabs on these players that haven't practiced all week. As far as limited, it looks like they're going to get Darnell Mooney back, so that's another wide receiver. For sure, they'll add back to their roster.
Yeah, Mike Jarrell, who is kind of the fill-in there at tackle number 72, 6th-round pick out of Finley. I don't even know where that is. Yeah, I don't know. He has a 24.2 offensive grade, has not played a lot of snaps, played 32 snaps total. Man, if he can't go, 49ers have no pass rush whatsoever, but still, that's going to be a major issue. Jake Matthews is one of their core best players on their team that they have built around, and he is a serviceable left tackle, nowhere near like Trent Williams status, obviously, but he's good. So that is a major, major blow. So I don't have a prediction there. He hasn't practiced yet. But, yeah, if you see number 72 out there, Mike Jarrell, that's bad for the Falcons.
Yeah, especially if we can take advantage of it, right? Like our guys still got to – you know what I'm saying? Which they should be able to. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. Practice report. Now the Niners got a long list, man. No Gross Matos, no Ricky Pearsall. Valdez Scantlin is out of practice. We know Fred Warner is going to be hitting the AR, and he's had successful surgery on the ankle, and he is in recovery phase. All four of these guys going to be ruled out, right?
I think so. I hate it, but Ricky Pearsall is so important to this offense.
Yeah.
And the fact that, like, if he could go, I think that is a good field goal swing for your direction because it forces everybody to back up. He's got the deep threat ability. He's the only consistent wide receiver you have on the roster. He's actually one of the better run blocking guys that you have on the roster with what we've seen on tape this year from Juwan Jennings and Kendrick Bourne and all those other guys. So, like, that would be huge. Jordan Watkins. Again, I'm really excited about Jordan Watkins, Wayne, but I don't want another inconsistent wide receiver. We have too many already. That's what scares the hell out of me. Like, I need consistency from that position, and you're just not getting it with Kendrick Bourne, Juwan Jennings. Now you're going to add a rookie who hasn't played at all during the regular season. The last time we saw him, Shanahan was yelling at him for an interception because he ran the wrong route. I thought Jordan Watkins was awesome all preseason and training camp, but Shanahan and those rookie wide receivers.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in, but I mean, we got to rock out with who we got. You know what I mean? And you're going to get inconsistency when you're dealing with, not the cream of the crop types of players. But I do feel like all signs are pointing to Jordan Watkins actually being active for the first time this year, especially with the injury to Valdez Scantlin. Right, and the injury to Sky Moore too. Like I think he was full participant or limited participant in practice on yesterday. So he might even be back. But I think the simple fact that Jordan Watkins can give you some of that, you're going to get inconsistency, John, just because we don't know who our top three wide receivers are. I mean, we know who they are, but none of them are available. And so now it's kind of like mismatch, put in this guy, this guy, this guy. They just got to go out there and catch the ball. And so with the injury to Valdez-Scantling, he's supposed to be out for a couple of weeks. This allows Jordan Watkins to actually get an opportunity to find some consistency, to show that he can catch the ball, to show that he can run the routes, he can line up in the right spot. So, hey, I'm all for it. And I get where you're coming from. It's just a weird situation for the young kid. I mean, he hasn't played in a long time. He's been dealing with injuries. I think that's my most crazy take. Like, the injuries are crazy. And so this position just stays injured. Like, and every time you get a guy in there, Ricky Pearsall looks like he's about to have a phenomenal season. Injury. And then it's just like Jawan's injury. And so, like, who else? Like, you got to go with the guys that are healthy. Jordan Watkins looks like he's going to get his time this week, and so I'm actually excited. Any of the limited guys you feel like is going to be ruled out as far as, Juwan Jennings, George Kittle, who's been activated from the off of the IR. Sky Moore, Dominic Pooney was back at practice. Brock Purdy and Mac Jones. Like, is Brock Purdy going to sit out another week, or are we letting Matt go? Like, what's good?
I want Brock Purdy to be active, even if he's not the starter. Mm-hmm. I want him to go through the routine. I want him to be on the sidelines, fully suited. Like, I want that option. But that's just me. Like, I want Brock Purdy to return. This is Brock Purdy's team. I love how what Mac Jones has done has been amazing. I'm not trying to lessen that, but Brock Purdy helps the run game. Brock Purdy helps the off-scripted plays. Brock Purdy helps the offensive line. Those are the major issues on this team. Mac Jones has been great and good. Might be the best backup quarterback in the NFL right now. If we're going to be honest, leading the NFL in pass yards per game. But I want Brock Purdy back. So any steps that you can take towards that, I want that. And man, if you're going to put Jordan Watkins out there, then I hope Sky Moore is inactive. I do not want to see him play another game for the 49ers.
Yeah.
He's limited. I think they'll probably start him at punt return and kickoff return anyway. I don't want to see him play anymore. I can't handle low football IQ. It's my least favorite thing in the world. Fielding back-to-back punts inside the 5. I don't know if you saw when they asked Kyle Shanahan, are you telling him to do that? He's like, no.
No. Yeah.
Like, definitive no. So I not that I ever want like bad things or wish for people to lose their job or whatever. I'm done with the Sky Moore experiment. He got us through what we needed. I want players that want to play and have a decent football IQ at that position. And I think Jordan Watkins, the rookie's an elevation, right, over that. So, we'll have to see. I expect Kittle to play, though. Kittle expects Kittle to play.
Yeah, I think Kyle Shanahan expects Kittle to play. I mean, I think it's time. Any concerns about Kittle with the full tier of the hammy? Like that was kind of – I didn't want to hear that.
If it was a full tear, you'd be out for like 8 to 10 weeks minimum. I think he tore something.
Yeah, he said he heard it pop.
I've been there. And so, look at Jacob Cowing. Same thing happened. He comes back. He makes it halfway through practice. Now, we may never hear from him again. So hamstrings, that is a major concern. I'm glad that they kept him back an extra week, right? I'm sure Kittle wanted to go last week. But, I expect Kittle to be out there. Yeah, there is a concern. There's a concern. Football is a 100% injury sport. The Iron Man of all Iron Men, Fred Warner, is not immune to injuries. Like, this is just what it is. And some of these recurring, like the crazy thing is George Kittle's 30-plus years old and one of the fastest tight ends. Like, the speed guys, you get worried about hamstrings. You see it happen to Mike Evans every single time. Mike Evans is back now. And again, like, Mike Evans is older than Kittle. Mike Evans' hamstring injury happened after Kittle, and he's back already. So, like, kind of put that time frame on it. Like, it's not like they're quote unquote rushing him back. Every case is individual, sure.
Yeah.
But shoot, Mike Evans has had 4 straight years with missed hamstring issues, and he had his injury a week after Kittle, and they're back at the same time. So I think the 49ers were cautious with him that extra week, that 5th week. I think he's ready. I mean, you saw the routes. You saw him running out there. Looks good. and he's limited. Don't push him too hard. I'm not saying put Kittle out there and have him play 60-plus snaps, but if he can get out there and get 30 snaps, that's a huge difference.
Yeah, I mean, you need Kittle out there on the football field. I think he's revved up to play 60 snaps. I'm not sure if that's what the game plan is going to be for him, but I'm sure he's ready to go. Run snaps, pass snaps. He's ready to be out there on the football field and give it all he has. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm really excited that Kittle is back. I think it's a huge bonus addition to the 49ers offense. It doesn't matter which quarterback you got out there. Now, I'm not sure how the rapport is between Mac Jones and George Kittle, but they always say tight end is a quarterback's best friend. And so this could be a game where he's going to get whoa, this is what a tight end. No slouch to Jake Tonjes and those guys. He's been getting them the ball. Luke Farrell, he's been getting them the ball. But when he gets a George Kittle, it's going to be totally different on what that man could do after the catch. You know what I'm saying? Wow, I just threw a 7-yard pass and he went for 70 yards. Like, that's the difference between George Kittle and the receiving game. But then the biggest difference is his ability to pancake and block. How many pancakes do you think we get in this game with George Kittle being back?
Man,
I just feel like that's a thing for him, you know?
it is a thing for him. And he's going to have chances because he's going against some of the smaller guys. Like, they don't have big defensive ends.
They don't. They have quick defensive ends. It's a big difference.
Man, I'd put it at 1.5. I'd like to see 2. I'd like to see 2 solid pancakes.
I'm going with 3 pancakes, man. Total.
You make me hungry. You make me hungry.
I feel like IHOP is on the table, even though their breakfast is good. Their pancakes be good though, you know. That's funny because you go to IHOP, do you get pancakes? And when you go to Waffle House, do you get a waffle?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I just want to make sure because some people will go to Waffle House and order pancakes and then go to IHOP and order waffles. I'm like,
No. You got to go with what they got. You know what I mean?
What's bagel house? Like, there's a bagel shop or bagel house? No, I don't know. It's just funny. Just thought I asked. Just talking. We breaking bread here.
I love it.
All right, we got some stats, man. You got the Niners. Offensively, they're putting up numbers as far as yards per game. You know, where they're struggling, John, is scoring points and in the red zone. You know what I'm saying? And so when you're playing against a team that's number one, they got the number one pass defense. All right. They got you could run on them. They got the 17th ranked run defense, Atlanta Falcons. And they give up points. Like you can score on this Atlanta Falcons team, but they don't give up the yards. So how does that work? Like, you know, if the Niners thing is to throw the ball and air yards, and they don't give up the air yards, how does this work?
They're a good team, man. Jeff Ulbrich was my defensive coordinator number 2. If we didn't get Solo, that's who I wanted.
Yes, sir.
And he has absolutely crushed it. I mean, they're type 5 in almost every single metric. There are some deficiencies, but, I mean, no pass yards. Pretty good, you know, solid sometimes against the run in the red zone. That's the thing. They're not giving up rushing touchdowns, not giving up yards, not giving up first downs, not giving like their job. It's working really well. And you watch them and they're not doing anything really special besides just they're doing what we want to do with the defensive line, where there's 10 guys. The difference is all 10 of their guys are pass rushers. All 10 of our guys are run stuffers.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a little bit of a difference in the way in which they're building the 49ers versus the Rams, because remember, Ulbrich was the DC under Robert Saleh in New York. So there's a lot of carryover. So you're seeing a lot of the familiar, you know, cover one man. Ulbrich loves that. That cover one under man where they blitz and they do the simulated pressures and all that stuff. These teams are going to be out there.
Team.
This is how they practice every week against these same looks. So I think that's kind of important. It's just if we're going to do a lot more of that cover 2 stuff or whatever else. But back to Atlanta's defense, they just have a rotating system. It's an assembly line of defensive linemen, and like nobody really has over 2 sacks, I don't think, but they've got like 14 sacks. Like everybody's hitting the quarterback. Everybody. It's all of us. They're like 3 musketeers, one for all for one type approach to rushing the passer, and it's working.
It's gonna be interesting. I feel like the Niners. I know the offensive line last week against that Bucks defense was different, but I feel like Atlanta doesn't have the force up the middle like Vita Vea. They
David
used to.
Onyemata is awesome, but
But
no,
he's not
there is-
Vita Vea.
No.
And a couple of seasons they had another guy who I felt like was on that level in the middle. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but they don't have that guy anymore.
Yeah, he wrecked the Niners the game we were at. Jarrell Casey? No, it's not Jarrell Casey. It was dang it.
It's a name you would know the name when you hear the name.
Grady Jarrett. Grady Jarrett.
God dang it! I knew. I was just like,
I was like, it's right there.
Yeah,
it's right there.
Good job.
That
Good
dude
memory.
just destroyed us.
And so this might help the Niners. It might help them a little bit as far as their run game. As far as the offensive line just getting pushed back, right? Like getting pushed all the way back. And that's what we were seeing. Because when you watch the offensive line on tape against the Buccaneers defense, like what did you see? Like, I know we gave up 6 sacks. I don't know if I credit all of them to the offensive line. I mean, one went to the tight end. One was on Christian McCaffrey.
One was on Brian Robbins. I don't think that was a sack, but it was really bad. You got a quarterback hit.
You get what I'm saying? So I don't, but the offensive line did look like they were struggling up front.
Oh,
How did they fix that moving forward? Like, in this game?
Dominique Pooney and Jake Brendel are not good football players currently. Like, not even a little bit. Like, I love Dominique Pooney. What you're seeing now, and it's not even just the knee injury, it's mental. Like, the jumping off sides on 4th and 1 in the fourth quarter. Like, that's not a knee injury issue. Like, the knee injury is a lot. He didn't even practice Wednesday. He did practice yesterday. But, like, I went through and I counted every, like, negative play from the interior offensive line. Connor Colby had 3. Dominique Pooney had 10. Jake Brendel had 12. That's 25. Not like, could have done better. Like, flat out, oh, my gosh, this is embarrassing, bad play. Dominique Pooney had 10. Jake Brendel had 12. And, yeah, a lot of that is Vita Vea, but they weren't all against Vita Vea. Like,
no.
They are losing consistently. I mean, shoot, there was a 3rd and 1 quarterback sneak, and Jake Brendel goes 5 yards backwards on a quarterback sneak. Mm-hmm. Like, what? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got.
That was one of the first times we didn't convert the quarterback sneak. It might have been the only time we didn't convert it this year. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, they're top 5 in quarterback sneaks. Like, but like I'm just saying, that interior offensive line is bad.
I didn't like that sneak too. Either way, by the way, like that was a weird sneak. It was like. Back and you talk about the one, and then we ended up getting the penalty on the next play, right? And then we ended up
one we did not get.
Okay,
we did not get. This one ended the game. It was 3rd and 1. We get up there, quarterback sneak, miss it. Then we get up there, 4th and 1, false start. Dominique Pooney. Then
that's what I'm talking about.
6, and then but we didn't get that one.
No, I didn't mean we got it. I'm just saying we went for it on 3rd and 1, and then the penalty came in. Then we went for it on 4th down, and then the interception happened.
Correct.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure I was in the right.
Literally, Jake Brendel cost you the 3rd and 1.
The 3rd and 1.
Jake Brendel. Dominique Pooney cost you that one, and then yeah.
That's just some mistakes. The little mistakes, but I think the key to that whole defensive game plan was Vita Vea, and that to me is the glimmer of hope for me. For this 49ers offensive line, because they weren't that bad. They haven't been great this year, but they weren't that bad because they didn't have to deal with a force. Even playing against the Rams, it was all about the edge rushers. It was all about the rotative edge rushers, and you knew you're going to get pressure, but Vita Vea is a force compared to a Braden Fisk or anybody else that we had to play up front. I think even when we played Jacksonville, they had a nice little force up front, which allowed those linebackers to kind of play the way they played. So they had the little push, but the offensive line never looked as bad as it did, and I think you can attest that to Vita Vea. So if you take him out of the equation, I know Atlanta has the pass rush, and we're going to get into this game plan after we preview the little preview. We're going to get to this game plan, but I'm excited, John, because I think the offensive line is going to be revitalized a little bit. They're going to watch that film. They're going to feel like they play like shit, and then they're going to come out and really set the tone against this Atlanta Falcons defensive front. All right, that's just my take on it. Now, I believe the point spread changed from 2.5 to 2 points, if I'm not mistaken. So it's now down to 2 points. 2-point favorites at home. 8:15, I believe. Start 76 degrees. Peacock is going to be on. Niners lead this series 48-33. There's 8 ties between these two teams, John. 8 ties.
Yeah, we used to be in the same division. You know what I mean? And man, I remember the old, their throwbacks, which I love. That red helmet.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Clean. So like, yeah, there's a lot of bad blood, which is how in the world is Atlanta and San Francisco in the same division? I have no idea. Could not be more opposite on the map. But yeah, this game matters. And the home team usually gets 3 points. And so they're saying on a neutral field, the Falcons would be favored. And with all the injuries, I totally get it.
I get it.
The matchup definitely goes in their favor because, dude, they are the best running team in
They have
football.
the number one rushing offense in the NFL.
But there are buts. A lot.
I love it. I'm going to save the butts. All right. So, look, this is going to be a great game. It's on Sunday night. It's on prime time for a reason. The Falcons haven't been playing great football all season long, but they are, like John said, they have an offense that's starting to tick. It's starting to click, excuse me. So they're starting to find their rhythm. This could be the game where the Niners offense gets back into its rhythm as well. And I'll take a Niners offense over any other team's offense all single day in rhythm, because I just feel like if Mac Jones, because we know Brock Purdy's probably not going to play this game, but if Mac Jones could come out there, get into a rhythm, I think the San Francisco 49ers offense will be just fine. Let's game plan. We're going to play against this defense. We already talked about that. Their pass rush, that front up there, that's what they do. They're rotative. They're this, they're that. They also have probably one of the top secondaries in the league. Even though they don't have the takeaways, they limit teams passing, and that's our strength. John, how do we attack the Atlanta Falcons defense? Jeff Ulbricht's defense. How do we attack this defense?
Yeah, I think one is screens. The 49ers have been a very good screen team. The problem is they don't do it often. Like, that is how you attack speed.
I can tell you why if you want.
Go ahead, tell us.
Because there's a number 64.
Yeah.
That is the first man down the field
Every
on these
time.
screens and misses every single block or avoids the contact.
Ole! Dude's like a bull out there, man.
I'm like, bruh.
And then turn around and like watch.
Did I do that?
There was one play where we ran a screen and it was like pass interference or something like that. And Jake Brindle is blocking the ref's view and Jake Brindle's calling the penalty because he's just there watching.
Are you talking about the Juwan Jennings play?
Yeah. And, it's like the funniest thing in the world. Like, dude, why are you watching the play? Like, one, you're standing in between the ref and the play and you're just watching like maybe that's what Jake Brindle needs. Get that dude some zebra stripes, put him out there. And
he'll probably be a good zebra, because he clearly can't. He just doesn't want to block. I don't get it. I don't get how you get a one-on-one block and you just on delay and just ole or whatever the word is. You just move out the way. Like, I just don't understand. Hopefully it's different this week. Hopefully.
Hope so.
Hopefully.
But so screens, you've got to have some consistency with negative plays, and that's wide receivers, that's tight ends, that's interior offensive line, that's Mac Jones. That, like, consistency is the number one thing this 49ers team is lacking, and that's offense, defense, special teams. Like, we are not a consistent team. We shoot ourselves. We're the worst first down freaking offense in the NFL. There are so many 1st and 15s, 1st and 16s, 1st and 20s, 2nd and 12s, because we just suck on first down.
Oh my God. Getting negative plays on first down, John,
all the time.
It drives me nuts. If it drives me nuts, I already know Kyle Shanahan is livid. You go back
to the Jags game, all 4 turnovers took place on first down. All 4 of them. Like, so stay, like, a 2nd and 8 is a good thing for this team. Like, if you told me we got a 2-yard run on first down every first down this game, I would sign up for it right freaking now. Like, 2nd and 8 is a wonderful place. It's a bad place to be for every other team. That's good for us.
Right.
Now,
right. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Right. It just eliminate those negatives. Kyle Shanahan's going to go after number 55. Okay, Caden Ellis, the linebacker, that is the guy that's going to have the circle on his back. Now,
I don't know. You talk about pass coverage?
Yeah, I'm talking about everywhere. Number 55, that's who they're going after.
I like him, man. He's an energon cube. Okay, go ahead. Go
But
ahead.
he's eager and he tips off. You watch that film, that dude jumps.
Yeah. No, you're
So,
right. You're right.
What happens is with Mac Jones, he reads that play side backer. And so if he bails, well, then you hit the underneath. If he sits, then you hit the out.
Over the top.
And so like he is your dude, that's our key. I'm just telling you, I truly do believe that's who they're going to be targeting in the
as they should.
In the pass game. I think that's what it is. Now, you look at what the Falcons do. They do what we do. 44% they run cover 3, 23% they run cover 1 man, 20% they run quarters. We know what those are. We know where the pockets are. Drift is going to be open. The concept where we hit, Debo used to always just run straight up and then square behind the backer. That middle of the field's open. That's why I wanted Ricky Pearsall there. But I
like, okay, and I feel you. I like what I'm getting, though, from Bourne, and why can't this be the week where, or this be the game where Demarcus Robinson does those plays, because he has that.
They like Demarcus on the outside.
I
mean, he's really good out there, but yeah, I want that too.
He has the ability. What I'm saying is he has the ability to do what you just said, and
he runs it perfectly.
And then he has really good hands. So him catching the ball on the move, cool. On the drift route, cool. I just feel they've been using Kendrick Bourne, but I just feel like if you can get the ball in his hands to where he's got some space, good luck. And this might be a week where they do it, because they seem to feature a different wide receiver every single week. Back-to-back weeks, I got to ask you this about Kendrick Bourne. Does he become the second 49ers wide receiver to have back-to-back 100-yard games?
It's there, man. I'm telling you right now, it's there.
Really? Against this passing defense?
I believe. Dude, the Niners can't run the damn ball. They're going to throw the ball. It's the number one passing offense, but it's the number one, like, you're going to have to throw the ball. You're going to have to. And with Juwan Jennings.
That hurt my heart.
This conversation should be, is Juwan Jennings the second wide receiver? Like, and that's why he's so pissed off, because Kendrick Bourne took his damn job.
He took his job and is not giving it back, as rightfully so. Yeah. But my thing is this with Jennings, right? Dude, he only had 3 targets. But when you get those opportunities, man, I mean, look, he's just got to make the best, or do the other stuff better. Like, he had 2 penalties in this game.
And on top of that, he should have had a touchdown. When Mac Jones, we were up on the end zone, like the 6-yard line. Juwan Jennings was open on the curl route.
He was open.
Mac didn't throw it. But then they run the scramble drill. Mac Jones can't scramble, but you got to mirror the quarterback. And Juwan Jennings just sat there. He just sat there.
Oh, he was pissed.
If he would have went out, like, it would have been a free touchdown.
Yeah,
like,
he was probably mad.
But it's all about him now. And
I don't think it was all.
I'm out. I am out until he proves something different.
Nah, that's not how you should be. You shouldn't be like
out.
That. You can't be in on a person when they do great and then be out on a person if they do something you don't like. That's
when
bullshit.
Their motives change. When their motives
his motive. How do you know his motive changed? You don't know if his motive changed.
Really?
Yeah.
Whatever. How many times did he practice before this season?
I mean, he couldn't practice because he was hurt. Correct?
Really? Because he didn't have one rehab. He didn't have one on the side. He didn't have
John,
one.
Stop! You're nitpicking, bro. You're nitpicking, bro. That dude. They said he was. If that's the case, then they should have got rid of him.
Nah.
So don't blame him. Blame the team.
He under contract. How do you get rid of him?
You can get rid of him. You could trade a person under contract. What are you talking about? You're one of the smartest people I know. You could trade a person under a contract.
Yeah, you did it with Debo. And
you could have did it with Juwan Jennings, but the team chose that they didn't want to do it.
But you had no wide receivers. You had no wide receivers.
And he knew that. And that was part of his negotiation. It's part of getting the deal.
Yeah, I don't know, man. He's not even out there blocking like he used to block.
No, no. There's not one wide receiver in here that's blocking. Not one.
Not one.
They all suck at blocking all of a sudden. Even Kendrick Bourne, it's not a good blocker. But maybe because he left and then came back, maybe that's what that is. But you're right, Juwan Jennings isn't. I don't think he. Well, that block he put on, on it
was a clean hit too. That one a penalty. The ball was still in Max Jones' hands.
I know.
Was not helmet to helmet. Was not blindside. That was a bad call.
They called it. It was an OPI though, but it shouldn't have been OPI. Is what I'm saying.
Ball was still in his hands.
Yeah,
that's a bad call. And the ball went backwards to CMC, which negates
the
any
OPI. Right.
Yeah, it was wrong. It could have been a personal foul, but they didn't call that.
Nah, he put Jonas Sanker on his
He did.
whew, cleanly.
did.
That was the best block. But I think that put him more in the doghouse because it was a penalty. It was this.
It was selfish. You don't have to do that.
No, he didn't
You
have
just
to
got to
do
get
it.
in his way.
Yeah.
But I like Juwan Jennings. I dislike what I have seen from the past 6 months.
Now that's
from Juwan
fair.
Jennings.
Now that
He was one of my favorite players,
I
and
can
I
respect
remember
that.
him saying like, "Oh, just whenever you call my number, I'll be there. I don't need the ball that many times. I just want the team to win." I ain't hearing that shit no more. Instead, I'm seeing him yell at the coach and have terrible body language and stop the play in the middle of the thing. Like, I don't know, man. Wide receivers a different breed of humans. They're
they different. I mean, they different. They definitely different. And it's
Look at Devare. Look at his comment.
It's a universal thing too, right? We got 99 problems and JJ is one. I don't think he's a problem. You know what I'm saying? I think
I'm telling. If Demarcus Robinson started instead of Juwan Jennings, we win that game last week. I believe that. And Demarcus Robinson wasn't perfect. He had that drop, but like he's blocking, he's doing his job. I don't know, man. JJ cost himself so much money this year. That dude cost himself so much money.
That's on him. I could give a fuck about that. Like that's to me, that's on the player. I think I'm with you when you say if your number is called, you got to execute. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody in here in this league is trying to take advantage of whatever opportunity that they can get. Kendrick Bourne drops a pass, then he catches a pass for 81. Kendrick Bourne runs the wrong route. You hate him, right? And then he goes and gets a 41-yard pass. Like it's just the weirdest stuff I've ever seen in my entire life. Look, players gonna have good games, players gonna have bad games. If you feel like Juwan Jennings quit on the team, that's your prerogative. I just don't see that. I just think
I don't want to say he quit. I want to say from my opinion, this is opinion. Disagree with this, and Wayne and I disagree on this. And shoot, that's why I love Wayne, because he'll tell you what he believes every single time, no matter if you want him to or not. I don't think the 49ers are priority one anymore for Juwan Jennings, and that's okay.
But I think he realized that.
It's showing.
And that could be 100% true. That could be 100% true, but it's all this contract negotiation bull stuff, right? Like
that's in the past.
It's not.
You got to move past that.
But it's not. It's not in the past. So some people hold on to stuff. I agree with what you're saying, but he might have felt like the team didn't do him a solid.
They did not. They did not. They did not. Yeah, that's correct.
But I agree with what you're saying. Like, my thing is this, right? About Juwan, right? Negro, you signed the joint, bro. You agreed to it. Like, if you didn't agree to it.
This ain't a rookie deal no more.
Right. My thing is this. If you don't agree to something, John, then don't agree to it. Don't sit there and complain about the shit later on after you already said. That's like me doing a gig and you be like, yo, I'm going to pay you $150. And then I realize I should have asked for more money, but I agreed to $100, so I'm not going to give you my all. Nah, like, bro, you agreed to this term. That's what you got to play for. So I'm with you on that. I just don't think he gave up. I think he still reworked. Yeah. I think he just needs to figure himself out in this new looked offense, right? Different players stepping up. He might not feel like he fit in. Some people, he's an emotional player. And he's the type of player that likes to set the tone. If he's not getting the rock, it's a problem. We see wide receivers do this on every single team. A.J. Brown, all these other big time wide receivers do this. It happens. It's part of the NFL. I just think if his number gets called this weekend, if he plays this weekend and his number gets called, the healthier he gets, we already know what he could do out on the football field. So maybe he'll be healthier. Maybe he'll play better. Maybe his mind will be clear. Maybe he'll get cleaner hits. Maybe he'll block better. I don't know. All I know is the one thing I agree with you about is if you said you was going to play, then you should play.
What's that Friday line? Oh, that's different.
Oh, that's different. Oh, that's different. That's different. How is it different?
Nobody would be happier than me if JJ goes out there and balls out. Like, absolutely. I want him to get paid. it helps the 49ers if he gets paid and you get that compensation pick back. Like, I want JJ to go back out there and show who he is
But
in a
he knows
positive
that.
way.
What if that's his thing? What if he's like, nah, I don't want them to get no comp pick on me.
He's
They did
killing
me.
himself, man.
Some people, he might not be, because in his mindset, in his defense, he's been injured.
Yeah.
So teams know that. Teams see that. And teams know what he can do when he's healthy. I'm not saying he's a big time wide receiver one type of guy, but he's going to get signed. This is his last year with the Niners. I can tell you that right now. Defense, John. The Niners defense is going to look a little bit different without Fred Warner out there wearing the green dot. But we do have Tatum Bethune, second-year player from Florida State. He's going to be wearing the green dot. And the team, Kyle Shanahan, they are super stoked. Robert Saleh is super stoked. And I need to know, John, how are you game planning against this pistol-driven offense?
I'm stuck because, again, back to this, okay, Tatum comes in, you run cover 2 nonstop. You can't run cover 2 versus the number 1 rushing offense in the NFL. You can't have 2 high safeties.
Yeah, you need a guy down there.
Can't do that. Now, and again, more while I'm stuck, Robert Saleh yesterday's press conference said Jair Brown has the chance to close the door on the free safety position. He said, Malik Mustafa is going to start, but between Siegel and Pinnock and Jair Brown, it's open, but that Jair Brown has the chance to close the door. That scares the hell out of me. Jair Brown has a unique set of skills, which is coverage. He's the best coverage safety we have. That's including Malik, by the way. I
said that the other day, and they looked at me. They gave me the look like,
no. He can cover.
He could cover. I said if we had anything close to a guy that could be a ball hawking safety, free safety, it would be Jair Brown. Man, you should have saw the looks I was getting, man. I'm glad John said it.
You are 100% correct. That dude is a coverage guy. My issue
in the run game,
run game. This is the worst matchup ever for Jair Brown to get that opportunity. But if he goes out there and does it, then yes, he is closing the door. That should be his job. But you're sitting there looking at Marquise Siegel, and it's like, dude, this is Malik Mustafa's the best run stuffing safety. Marquise Siegel's number 2, giant gap. Then it's Jason Pinnock, giant gap. Then it's Jair Brown. Jair Brown is the worst. He does not fit if you watch the tape versus the Bucks, he is so scared to hit contact anybody. He is petrified. This dude, pile right in front of him, he looks like Jake Brendel just on the other side. Does not want to hit anybody.
That's so weird because that's never been him.
It wasn't him at Penn State.
It wasn't him with this defense either.
Last year it was.
It was because I think Jair Brown's issue is last year he played with his head down, so he was trying to come in and lay this big hit,
and he always had his arms to his side. He's wrapped up better this year. I will say that.
Right, so he's tackling better.
He's seeing what he hits. I like that.
But
he's tentative. He's shy.
Yes, it's tentative. It's tentative. I just don't understand
Pinnock does that too, though, and I hated that.
Yeah, you talked about that. I don't know, man. This is tough because. Well, my thing is you need Jair Brown out there because Marquise Siegel is a liability in the passing game. So if Jair is going to play safety, then he should be single high all day, every day, and play. If you got to put 3 safeties on the football field, put 3 safeties on the football field. I don't understand what the biggest issue. You don't got to play no 2-man cover, the 2-man high safety. You don't got to play 2-man under. No, you don't got to play any of that. I know we experimented with it last week. Listen, I'm not getting beat by Drake London, and the only reason why I feel like they shifted to that, one was because of the Fred Warner situation, but 2, Emeka left, and we still got burnt.
Emeka cooked every single player on our team.
Every single player.
He cooked everybody.
That cat can route run. But my point is, Tez Johnson came in, Cameron Johnson, I believe was his name, came in and just started cooking the D just by the way they were playing because they took advantage of these safeties and coverage. I need Jair Brown in coverage in this game because Drake, I tell you right now, Drake, Ray, if he plays, and Darnell Mooney We might not talk about their wide receiving tandem, John, but those three guys can be a problem if we let them get behind this defense.
Yeah. Well, here's the one thing. So here's my counterpoint to that. Michael Penix has 0 touchdown passes that have traveled more than 10 air yards.
Okay,
This
so they
dude
gotta
is
get
the
yacked.
ultimate dink and dunk, everything. And that's Robinson's scheme. I'm sorry. Yeah, if you go to their offensive coordinator, like that's exactly how they do everything. Is they just dink and dunk all the time. Like Zach Robinson, their OC, he was with the McVay system, whatever else. And so, like, again, like, even worse, Michael Penix has completed 2 deep passes this year, just 2. He is 41st out of 41st quarterbacks, only 41 qualify, on deep balls adjusted completion percentage. Like, he doesn't go deep, which is crazy because at Washington, he was one of the best deep ball throwers ever. But this scheme does not do that.
It's that pistol offense, man. It's built around Bijan, bro.
Bijan is probably,
That's the guy.
Hook
I
'em.
think the issue is, how do the Niners limit explosive plays?
Got to tackle. And they've tackled well this year. They've tackled really well. The problem, and we saw this in the second, in the very first half, before Fred Warner got hurt, there was a play where the C gap, Renardo Green, it was a bunch formation with the tight end nub to the left side. Renardo Green is the C gap plug, and Jair Brown is the alley player in the run support. So everything goes according to plan, but they're both late. And Fred Warner turns around and starts yelling at both of them after the play because they got like 10 yards in the red zone. And it's just like there are just issues with 0 and 27 in the run game. You have to have those guys consistently there. Renardo Green's all right, but he's not playing 100% right now. Like, I don't think he's had a very good year at all, if I'm going to be very frank with you. But he is late, always plugging the gap inside. He's great on the perimeter. And whenever he trusts his technique, he's a great corner.
He's also great when he plays press man. I feel like
Yes.
he's more of a physical guy up front, right?
But this is going to be a run game. This is going to be a run game
Yeah.
type game. And I don't have any confidence in 0 or 27 out there in the run game. I do not. I have
I agree.
confidence in all 9 other players. And whenever 27 is on the same side as Renardo Green,
Oh, it's a
I'm
big
telling you right
explosive
now.
play. It's an explosive play. So, all right, let's talk about how we can negate that. So, are we bringing out Darrell Luter Jr.? Is he better in run defense?
He's better in run against him, but no, you can't do that.
So how are we going to try to solve this problem then? Let's just say, all right, my question to you is, let's say they don't put out Green and they don't put out Jair Brown. So you're starting Siegel and you're starting Pinnock. Or do we bring in Richie Grant?
No. I mean, they're going to start. Robert Saleh said this is a chance to close the door. He's starting. He played every snap.
Okay.
Played every snap last week.
So I'm just saying, if you didn't have to start Jair Brown,
I would start Siegel.
Okay, that's what I'm asking.
I would start Siegel. But
because you know that this team's going to come out and run the ball.
Yeah, they're number 1 in rush attempts. They're number 1 in rush.
They're number 1 in rush attempts, number 1 in rushing yards, number 1 in rushing yards per game. 151.2 on average.
Yeah, I think you've got to have an incredible, like, you built your entire team to stop the run. This is the litmus test. And the one area where Tatum Bethune, I'm not going to say he's as good as Fred Warner, but the one area
good.
where it's comparable.
No, that's his strength.
He could thump, dude.
Yeah,
that dude can.
I think he has a bigger body frame than Fred too. So the way he plays the linebacker allows him to thump the way he does. I think he's a bigger thumper than Fred Warner. I think Fred Warner is just a crazy athletic freak.
Yeah.
Right?
Agreed.
But I think linebacking wise, everything we want that we used to see in a linebacker, like we used to see, that's what Tatum Bethune is.
Well, like like we always say, like, oh, Fred Warner's a human missile. Like Fred Warner will dive and like Superman. Like, no, Tatum Bethune runs through. He's like Juggernaut on X-Men, you know what I mean? His feet never stop. Like he runs through the tackle point and he's built like a chicken nugget. Let's just be very honest. Like that dude is compact, you know what I mean? Like he is. Whereas Fred is all about length, 6'4" with long ass arms and whatever else. Like just different body builds, different tackling technique, whatever else. So you're going to see some thumps. Now, the thing about Bijan Robinson is he never lets anybody hit him.
No,
Now
that
Tyler
cat. Could,
Algier, like Tyler Algier versus Tatum Bethune is just like the perfect
that's Thunder,
Oklahoma
Thunder,
drill.
Thundercats hole. Right, right. Uh, you lay one way, you lay the other way.
Yep.
Blow the whistle. Hold up, blow the whistle. Where's my damn whistle? Get up and hit. Like, yeah, that's
It's
that.
Water Boy. You know what I
God,
mean?
yo, Bijan is number one in forced missed tackles, forced not touching me, forced this, forced that. Like that dude is a problem.
Yeah.
But you can okay, here's the thing, right? You can he only has 2 games this season with over 100 rushing yards. And those games that were over 100 rushing yards were those ones with the big explosive plays, right? Where you struggle with him is when he catches the ball in space. And so even on the games he's had less than 100 rushing yards, this dude will have 150 receiving. It's the most ridiculous stat I've ever seen. He's literally like Christian McCaffrey 2.0. I don't know how else to describe it.
He's the best running back in the NFL, and I don't think it's really close. You could talk maybe Jonathan Taylor. You want to talk receiving? All right, Christian McCaffrey's in there, but the fact that Christian McCaffrey's averaging 2 yards per carry on the year, not great. And a lot of it is the offensive line. Their offensive line's solid, man. Not if Jake Matthews can't go, but they have 4 quality offensive linemen out of 5. I would say we have 2. We have 2.
Oh, damn. So, the ends, the tackles.
It's the tackles. Yeah, it's the tackles. Yeah. That's it. So you got 2, they got 4. We'll see. I mean, the Niners can win this game, and I know I'm sounding negative. They can win this game. You've got to tackle. You got to tackle. You got to tackle. You can't let the ancillary guys like Kyle Pitts beat you. You can't be like, you know what I mean? Like, you got to stop Bijan first and foremost. And if you turn Michael Penix into a deep passer because you got no pass rush and your secondary's a little suspect, then you're in trouble. So, like, you can't let the run game beat you. You can't let the deep game beat you, which they have not had any deep game presence whatsoever. Now, if they establish that now, which seems like every team does against us, then it's like, okay, this is red alert. This is sound the alarms. If the Niners let Michael Penix start throwing deep against you, buckle up. It's going to be rough because that is something to be worried about.
This is funny. First of all, if you're an Atlanta Falcons fan and you're watching this, thanks for tuning in. Second of all, we're talking pretty highly of your team, but just remind you where your record is and where ours is. I just want to keep that. Number 3, I think this game is going to be one of the most dynamic football games we've watched or witnessed in a long time. And it's going to be one of those games, John, that you started to show off saying is going to come down to a 1-score decision, and we're not talking touchdown difference, right? Like we're talking, this might actually come down to the kickers winning the game, walking off winning the game. It's going to be a very interesting, fun-filled game. Christian McCaffrey. I just looking at the position matchups. Christian McCaffrey, Bijan Robinson, Brian Robinson, Tyler Algier, like the backup running backs coming in here. He runs harder than any running back I've seen in the league. I'm talking about Algier. That cat is like a force. And I don't know if the Niners are up for that. Like they should be. They're young. They should be strong up front, built for that. But that cat's going to bring the thunder to relieve and help create them outside zone runs out of that pissed off. It's going to be really fun to watch. Last time we played him, he was the guy that took care of business on the ground too. I don't know if you remember that. We were there. It was him. So it's going to be really interesting to see how the Niners defense negated. But John, tackle is what I got from you. Are we playing more of the cover 3? Are we going back to cover 3 as we play a lot?
That's what I want to see. Yeah, because that gives you the extra safety in the box.
Why cover 1 man though? Like why not that? Because
the problem with cover 1 man is when, so like let's say Renardo Green and Diamandor Lenore and they have outside releasing wide receivers, they will turn their back to the offense, to the quarterback, and if that's a run play,
they're not going to be able to get back on.
That's where those gaps get. So the advantage of running cover 3 versus cover 1 man, which I think on third down in obvious passing situations, yes, you will do some cover 1 man. But early on, first, second down, you want to run cover 3 because that keeps your corner's eyes in the backfield at the start for their under key so that they know if this is a run or a pass, then you hybrid transition into covering your deep third, which can look a lot like cover one man, but it's
Yes.
just the eyes on the outset of the play.
Let me ask you this: name something in this game that will make if it happened, it'll make you like lose, just lose your cool. And I'll tell you mine.
I would say first down penalties. That's on offense. I don't want to see us running our NASCAR package on anything except 3rd and 8 or longer, because I'm going to be really honest with you. I didn't like some of the decisions Robert Saleh made last week. And I think that he panicked a little bit when Fred went out. But, like, we were in NASCAR package on 3rd and 3 and got run on for a first down. And it's like, why are we in NASCAR package? Why do we have 4 defensive ends out there? They're running the freaking ball, and they did on us. Like, so don't give them, right? Both of these decisions, don't give them free plays. Don't do that. So first down penalties for the offense and just smart personnelling from the defensive side. I love Robert Saleh. He's been incredible. I did think that the Bucs was his worst game by far as a play caller, but panicking with the backup, I get that, but now you've had a week to prepare.
Yeah. Peachy says 1,000 missed tackles, which it looks like the Niners have more missed tackles than what they're actually accounted for.
Yeah, they've done decent this year.
They've done decent this year. So 6 wasn't bad last week, but 5 of them like literally came on
different.
That one play. Yeah, get ready for the missed tackles. Fundamentals for me is the key to this game. They have to be fundamentally, they have to wrap and tackle, take proper angles. I think the one thing that will make me lose my shit, or cool, excuse me, I forgot to still in the daytime, is watching Michael Penix run.
He's more athletic than people think, man.
He is, but that's not how this offense is based. But the Niners, believe it or not, they play really good coverage at times. And on that 3rd and 14, the coverage must have been so great. And then there was nobody in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
And so Baker took off, got slithery, and ran. And if I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm watching that. I'm like, all right, let's see what they did. What are the Niners doing? Well, how did they give up this? I mean, Baker made people miss too. But my point is that would really make me lose my cool on a quarterback that doesn't run. Michael Penix doesn't run. He doesn't pull the ball down and run. This would be that one game, though, where the Niners are playing really good defense and nobody's open and the check down is not available because the stuff happens so fast. And boom, he takes off, runs 10, 12, 15 yards. I would lose my cool, really.
Yeah, yeah.
Still, listen, at the end of the day, John, I think the 49ers, if they do what you said, they definitely can come out and be victorious. You gave us a key matchup. You said Jalen Walker versus Trent Williams, I believe. Any other key matchups we should look out for?
Yeah, I want to see, my blue chip matchups, best on best. Jesse Bates, their safety versus George Kittle if he plays. If Kittle doesn't go, then I want to say Christian McCaffrey versus Diablo. Their linebacker's been playing awesome. You'll see that out there. And then Drake London versus Diamador Lenore.
Yeah.
That's our defense is missing our blue chip guys. There's no doubt about that. But if there is one, it's Diamador Lenore or Malik Mustafa, who's finally returning. But you can't let Drake. All focus has to be on Bijan.
We got some breaking news. All right. And Atlanta Falcons defensive end edge rusher Jalen Walker has been ruled out.
Okay. All right. Well, injuries are bad.
So James
Never root
Pierce,
for injuries.
I guess, versus Trent Williams, maybe?
Yeah. Well, he was on the other side.
Will they rotate him? I mean, will they shift him? He's got the speed. Trent's been struggling with speed.
Right. He does. So you're going to see Leonard Floyd.
Yeah, he's healthy.
He's out there, and Arnold Ebiketie.
I like Arnold Ebiketie. Oh, they got some dogs.
Yeah, they run a plethora, if you will. But yeah, Leonard Floyd and Arnold Ebiketie, you can run on these guys.
Now, why can't our rotation?
We're paying Leonard Floyd to play for them, by the way.
Don't tell me that.
Yeah, we're paying him to play for them.
Why didn't they just? We traded Leonard Floyd?
No, we cut him.
Why did we cut him? That's right. I remember it was the after the post whatever designation crap. But why? Never mind.
We're paying him $8.6 million to play for the Falcons. One of the worst contracts and decisions. You shouldn't have cut him, by the way.
Niners. All right, other players that are ruled out will be Billy Bowman Jr., their safety, and Ray McLeod. It says ruled out. Jake Matthews, Darnell Mooney will be game time decisions. Yeah,
It's going to be fun, baby. This game coming down to the wire, and it's going to be frustrating for both fan bases. This is not going to be a clean game. This is going to be 1980s slugfest, Tecmo Bowl, Super Bowl. Everybody going to be cussing, zigzagging all over the field, all that stuff. It's going to come down, and I like that it's a 2-point spread. It's funny because I had 22-20 was my prediction.
Mine's 24-20.
There you go.
So close. I was going to ask you what was your score prediction. So 22-20 for John. Are you staying with that 2-point spread?
Yeah, I think this is going to be – it's going to come down to the last possession.
Sure.
And if it doesn't, then the Niners are losing. Like, you're not blowing out a team that can run the ball this effectively with that defense. Like, this is going to be – you want it to be a drag-out fight. That is the – like, the Niners want that. You're Rocky 1. Like, our job is to drag this fight out as long as possible, and we want to be the last one standing. That is how you're going to win games this year.
It's going to be a tough sled, everybody. I hope you guys are buckled up, faithful, because this is going to be a fun ride this Sunday. John, will you be at the game?
I'm not going to be at the game. I'll be with the fam,
Okay.
but we're going to be watching it together. Wife's got a full slate of work, so a little too much to get out there. And I with all the traveling and stuff, it's hard to – I don't get to be home too much. So, like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to make that a priority. It's my kiddo's last year here, so.
No, totally understand. It's going to be a great game, though, nonetheless. I'll be doing the watch party over on the Patreon, www.patreon.com/The Wayne Breezy. Faithful, get ready. John, take us out. Let's go, baby.
Man, this is what you want. You're in first place of the NFC West. You're playing an old division rival that's no longer in your division. But, hey, the NFC is wide open. You've got to handle business at home. You want to keep that, conference record, division record, and all those tiebreakers. These are the types of games that you got to win. The Falcons are weird. They're Dr. Jekyll with Mr. Hyde. They've had one of the worst losses of the season. We didn't bring that up, Wayne, where they lost 30-0 to the Carolina.
30-0 to the Panthers.
Now, back-to-back great weeks, and they've beat great opponents. But, hey, you got to go out there and you got to punch them in the face and play your style of football. Nobody cares about your injuries. Nobody cares about your problems. At the end of the day, you got to suit up, strap up, and just play damn good football. Tackle, quit shooting yourself in the foot on offense, and allow your scheme to dictate how this game goes. 49ers should win this game. 49ers are favored in this game. Go handle business, stay in first place. That's what I got. Wayne, thanks for letting me be on, man. And as always, stay strong, faithful.
Congratulations to the Warner family who just announced that they're going to be having a baby girl. Congratulations to Sydney and Fred. Yeah, man. We out this joint, man. See y'all on Sunday. Peace. What's up, faithful? Thanks for watching. Hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And make sure you check out some of the other cool videos.